Okay, so hi you guys. I pulled these cards literally like 5 hours ago, and I've been going back and forth as to whether or not I should post them because I am not a reader, but this is just a trip to me, and no matter what I've done to push it to the back of my head, this voice is saying record this and post it, so I am going to listen. So this is the feminine side. I don't really have an order, I just pull. And I'm sorry that I didn't record the pulling. As I said, I was not expecting to do this. This is just a general overall. And then for the masculine, something told me to pull 5 cards, and those are the 5 cards. And then the chakra associated with this reading is the heart, which enough said. So I went over to the masculine side, sorry. And as you can see, the first card is chaos and conflict. All that glitters. Round and round. Clean it up. Chop wood. Now from this is pretty self-explanatory. Clearly these masculines are going through a lot. There's a lot going on in their heads associated with this like cleanup. You can see they have 2 things, like they are going through like some heavy healing. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm happy to see this because they don't even know what we went through, so I'm happy to see this for them. And then you have this all that glitters, and then you have the 2 masks. So I'm sensing that the masculines are afraid of letting go of the old. And if you see, one of those masks has a longer nose like a Pinocchio, so it's like he's either lying, he's currently lying about who he really is with that mask, and then you have the mask that's more golden and it's looking up to the ancestor spirit within the sky. So it's basically him deciding between like what face he wants to show, but he doesn't really have a choice because this is going on. Like, I feel like a lot of our masculines are their own worst enemies. I feel like their stubbornness and their attitude and their egos are preventing them from fully letting that go. And then the round and round, I don't know these cards fully, so round and round to me could be he's either going to continue this cycle until he's willing to drop the mask. Like, this is continually going around for him. And I feel like another thing this could be is because if you look at the card, look at the inside, I feel like we are on their minds a lot, even though for a lot of us, I believe we are not in communication with them. So I will read what the book says afterwards. These are just kind of center cards, so it's for both sides. And the first one was forgive, volumize your vocabulary, and change your internal chit chat. So this says rehashing. In your mind, the negative events of your past leads to mental and physical disease. Face forward and change your mind. Change your mind chatter. Only you have the power to control your thoughts. Choose thoughts that invoke love, laughter, and happiness. What? You say how you say and no, whoa. What you say and how you say it creates a lasting impression on all who hear it. Expand your vocabulary and you will increase your impact. Sorry, as I said, I'm not used to this. Forgive your parents, forgive your siblings, forgive your mate, forgive your friends, and forgive your enemies. Above all, forgive yourself. And then this card says inner truth. And we have have renewal of peace. So I feel like for a lot of us, I don't know when, I can't say when, we are going to have a talk with our masculines. And the theme is like, you have to be able to forgive them. Like, you can't bring up a lot of the things I think a lot of us want to bring up, and we have to watch how we say it, because don't get me wrong, I do not listen, I relate when I know that some of you probably want to pick up that phone and tell them how every day, hour, second of this has been for you, but according to this, if that's where your mindset is, then you're not ready. You have to forgive them. Just like they have to forgive you, because I can speak for myself. Like, I've sent some rude messages. So I just feel like if you get the chance to heal this last bit of separation, that you can, and more so on the feminine side, because you know how we get. Just watch what you say and try not to fall back into what caused the separation. And then inner truth, like, if this to me is like, don't walk on eggshells and not be afraid to say things. Speak your mind, but just, you know, watch how you say it, and then make sure you don't cross that line of bringing it back into the past. And then when all that is said and done, look at that renewal. Just everything will be fine. But just try to keep these in mind when you do talk to your masculine. And these are the cards for the feminine. We have Poised, Never Ending Story, and the Soulmate card. So just from these two cards, you can see one's very gloomy and one's very, very happy. And then on this card at the bottom, it's love. It's a heart with a clock, and the hand on the clock is between yes and no. The never ending story. And I feel like a lot of feminines are losing themselves weighing this as heavily as they're weighing it, knowing full and well that it's this. So for the ones that are doing this, jump up here, because there's a lot of us that are just like, we're chilling, we're doing us, we're happy, we're accepting all that's coming down to us, we're alone on this plateau just doing us, right? There's a lot of feminines that are in this mind state. So for the ones that are here, not as, you know, you're in the gloom effects of it, try to be content, try to be happy, try to refocus, try to like focus on you, bring yourself up to this feeling, because look at this, look at this card. I know a lot of readers will say that they don't know if all twin flames will be together. You know, this is a journey of self type thing. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't really I'm not of that mindset. Like, he has the key to her heart. Look how she's turned into him. Like, and I feel like for a lot of us feminines, we've been hurt the most in our relationship. So I don't think that the Most High is going to use our heart, like the one thing that we crave the most, to teach us how to get here. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's other lessons he could have done to do this. I don't feel like he's gonna he'd have us exposed like this to be like, okay, well, you healed yourself, girl, now go through life after you really experience essential true love. So I'm kind of here to say, like, this is the end of it for the two of you. So regardless of where you're at, you just know this. And if you're here, it's not a good place to be. We've all been here. We've been here. But jump up to here, because this will make you so much happier in here, and it will also make you happier handling this. You can't handle this. You can't handle this communication if you're here. It won't work. And then who knows when you'll have another chance to do it again. And then yeah, this card is just so beautiful to me. And look at that image. It's spiritually approved. Yeah, I don't think this is just to be like, okay, y'all, now go y'all separate ways. You guys learn how to heal. So try to keep this end thought in mind. Okay, now that was my take. So if you guys want, I guess I can read from the cards. I mean, from the book. I'm gonna read just the sides. It's gonna be a lot of reading. Let me get the book. These cards have different categories, so I will read from the relationship message. Sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish the story a bit, adding more dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart, let go of the artificial, and see what is authentic. Shine. Okay. The next one is clean it up. Time to clear the air. Take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours to clean up that relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. Round and round. And round and round. Sorry. Are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar? Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating the old story with the same sort of people who may not look similar but who attract you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine, as you get to do things again, only differently this time, for you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. Number 33, chaos and conflict. If you're a numbers person, I know that means something. Like, I like 11. I like seeing numbers like 11, 33, 22, like stuff like that. So that's a master number, I think they call it. Anyways, chaos and conflict. Stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. The incessant need to be right will only prolong the conflict that deep down you want to be resolved. There is an opportune moment to learn about your values, your sense of self, what's really important to you. Some things are non-negotiable. If that's true, it's not necessary to fight. Can you find a way through the stormy emotions to higher ground? Soon the air will clear and you will be in a much better place than before, for the storm will have passed, blazing a path for new growth in its wake. Things can become electric and enlightened, always better than before if you use this time constructively. And then the last one is number 42, chalkwood. And that says, nothingness as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through hulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The quote unquote work of your relationship right now is very simple. Just be present. Funny how it takes work to quote unquote just be. All is well, really. So those are the cards as it pertains to the masculine side, and then for the feminine, the never ending story, number 37. It says, sometimes your heart enters into a contract with this is funny. Sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for another, more complex reason. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is. However, right now you have an opportunity for important healing. You must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. That's so accurate. Wow. And then 41. Consider love in the deepest sense. Love so powerful that you will never be the same regardless of how long your relationship lasts. Consider friendships a romantic bond so compelling that they overwhelm you with gratitude or break you open so you will finally claim who you were meant to be. Even a companion animal reminds you that it is you who is being rescued and healed. Pay attention, for you are in the presence of a soulmate come to guide you home to the real you. Yeah, this card, if you guys don't remember anything from this reading, just remember this card. Yeah, this card's beautiful. Okay, and the last card is 48, Poise. It says, when you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more when you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. Love, friendships, and harmonious new connections are all present now and are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. So on that note, I am going to end it, and I hope this resonated with some of you, and as I said, I just felt compelled to do this. So yeah, have a nice evening, you guys.